There are many intramural sports at Marist College, but with over 300 participants, co-ed softball is by far the most popular. The 2015 playoffs this past Sunday showed why. Here at Marist College, students are used to seeing the traditional Marist M. Now there's a new M being displayed on campus, and it stands for Emporium. Hey folks, welcome to the final edition of the Futures League Rundown. I'm your host, Ben Hayes. The Nashville Silver Knights have won the 2016 Futures League Championship after beating the Worcester Bravehearts last night by the score of 8-5. Co-ed softball remains the most popular intramural sport at Marist College, and for good reason. Reporting for LTCC Sports, I'm Ben Hayes. Back to you guys. It seems the Patriots will be without their star quarterback for the first 4 games of the 2016 season. The NFL levied its penalties for the Patriots' infamous Deflategate scandal. Here is the full NFL release, courtesy of Albert Breer. 2 dominating sports figures suffered huge upsets as heavy favorites this weekend, as UFC's Golden Boy and the Golden State Warriors took a loss. The best sports day of the year so far was this past Saturday, and the day was capped by the fight of the century. At least, that's what it was called. This is because the committee values a Big Ten championship over a Big 12 title. On the other hand, maybe this is the committee picking seedings based off of the matchups that they want to have played. At 8 p.m. last Thursday night, the now Los Angeles Rams selected California quarterback Jared Goff as expected. But as Goff was experiencing what can only be described as the best day of his life, one of his fellow superstars with high draft day expectations, Laramie Tunsil, experienced the exact opposite. They call 3-step drops, and they throw shorter passes, they complete the passes, and they're able to gain yards. I don't know why they haven't been doing that for luck. Obviously, it's going back to Cleveland. 2 of the games will be in Cleveland. I have to give the favor to the Cavaliers. It's all about the superstars in this series, and LBJ, he was just 2 assists away from a triple-double last game. The game before, just 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. LSU, actually, they obviously just lost that somewhat embarrassing game to Alabama. Obviously, it's hard to have an embarrassing loss to Alabama. But, with the way Fournette played, obviously the way Harris played, they didn't live up to expectations at all. Once he stopped eating a box of Captain Crunch every single day and dropped 30 pounds, he really lost his edge. Now, Renee, you've sung a lot of Bruins games. You've now done a Futures League baseball game. Is there any event that you would love to do in the future? In today's era of college basketball, recruiting athletes often depends on AAU involvement, ESPN rankings, and showcase tournaments. However, some players take a different path to the NCAA, and their recruitment process is much different. Marist College's own Kristen Paulson is one of these players.
A 6'6" freshman from Iceland, number 13, Kristen Paulson.
We found out about him because my assistant, Andy Johnston, coached over in Iceland. So we knew who Kristen was early. But we beat out some stiff competition to get Kristen. If he was an American recruit, we wouldn't have gotten him.
Paulson's high basketball IQ is one of the main reasons why he is so good at the sport.
He thinks like a coach as well. Sometimes he's a step or 2 ahead in regards to what he sees on the court and what he can contribute. Kristen's one of my favorites because I just love him as a kid and I love the way he plays.
Paulson was named a FIBA U18 All-Star this past summer, an honor that has also been awarded to current NBA players such as Tony Parker, Nicholas Batum, and Kristaps Porzingis.
It was a great experience. This is the second time in a row that I play here to play at FIBA. Being named in the top 5 players of the tournament made me really happy.
Despite getting offers to play at Albany, Seattle, and St. Mary's, as well as professionally in Europe, Paulson committed to Marist on August 20th. Just 9 days before the semester began.
It was always my dream to go to college. We played this kind of offense, like Princeton-based offense, for the national team. So I really enjoyed it a lot. But after college, it's certainly a dream to play professionally.
Despite his late commitment to Marist College, Kristen Paulson is an integral part of this Red Fox team. From Poughkeepsie, New York, Ben Hayes, LTCC News. January 1st is often a time where people choose to create resolutions to better and change themselves. However, 2 local boys have decided to create a tradition of freezing themselves by diving into the depths of Duxbury Bay.
My friend and I started this about 5 years ago. It's our 5th year running. One day we just had the idea to jump in the water as this kind of refreshing ritual. It really is quite shocking. It really makes your heart don't stop for a second. So it's really refreshing in a really intense way. But I mean, I'm going to try to keep it going for as long as possible. I mean, next year I'll be back here, I know that.
The boys come prepared, bringing layers of warm clothes along with towels and blankets, a freshly brewed box of hot cocoa, and even their own personal cameraman.
I got this camera here, and I started playing around with it, and they would like to have some videos and photos of the whole event, so I volunteered doing that, and it's always kind of fun to see them jump in the water.
As many as 5 individuals have done this polar plunge on 2 separate occasions, and the duo hopes to increase that number next year.
It's a little cold, so I don't want to do that, but otherwise, I've been doing the photos and stuff, so that's why I haven't. But I will say, I will do it next year.
The boys say that they're trying to turn the tradition into a charity event. However, they tell me that they're still trying to decide which charity to put their efforts towards. From Duxbury, Massachusetts, Ben Hayes, LTCC News. Rafael Bornajal of Belmont launched a 3-run ding-dong into the night for his 5th homer of the season. That would be his only hit of the day, but that would be all that Worcester would need. Bravehearts cruised to victory, beating Martha's Vineyard 13-3. They improved to 35-18 on the season, still in contention for the 1 seed in the playoffs. James Harden trying to prevent just that. Early in the first, Clippers keying in on Harden on the offensive end. Here's Griffin with the spin and the baby hook for the finish. But the Bravehearts would fight back. With 2 runners on base, down by 4, Ryan Ward knocked the double into right field just out of the reach of first baseman Ryan Sullivan, bringing home both runners. CP3 with the ball again, gets a screen from DeAndre Jordan for the mismatch, and returns the favor for the big man, who lays it in. And what championship would be complete without a Gatorade bath? Here's Yanni Thanopoulos and Jeremy Roberts dousing their unsuspecting manager BJ Neverick. That's just guys being dudes. 4th quarter now, Griffin driving on Howard gets the bump and the finish. That's Howard's 6th personal foul, and he's out for the game. But not before some choice words for the officials and an immediate ejection. Howard clearly frustrated as he walks towards the locker room. LA takes this one, 128-95. DeAndre Jordan led all scorers with 26 points.